Alright guys, so welcome to day 2 on how to build an advanced church management system like this using artificial intelligence. Alright, so in my previous video I walk you through how we went and set up our development environment. We downloaded 2 softwares over here. Alright, we downloaded the XAMPP application, okay, and then we also downloaded our AI IDE, okay. Alright, so we are going to develop a similar application like this, okay, where the application is going to have a dashboard like this, okay, and then the dashboard have a lot of features, as you guys can see. Alright, you can have links to marking of attendance, actually send SMS and the rest, okay, this card information. So we will be having a similar design on the dashboard, okay. So the documentation I developed over here for the application is here. So these are the features we are going to key into the AI, and then we are going to see how the AI is going to help us to develop a management system like this for our church. Alright, so the first one, we are going to have a member profile system. Alright, a member profile system like this, okay. When you come to the member section, we are going to get a member profile system like this, okay, where we can map all our members over here, okay. We are going to get the emergency contact is part of the what I've just showed you guys, the profile management, custom field, and then we are going to even have attached baptism certificate or any other document. Alright, this is a feature that is not even part of my old system I built. Alright, so the member section, we are going to have detailed information like this. Alright, as we are developing, ideas may add up more features to it, okay. And then we are going to also have a family section where family unit management, family tree visualization, household grouping, family role definition, multiply family relationship, and then family communication. So we are going to have the finances, okay, where the offering, donation, we are going to put all together of all of them in one place, just like what I have over here. When I go to the finances over here, all right, when I go to the finances over here, I have all. When I'm going to add finances, okay, you can have all these things over here. When I go to income, we have the tithe, we have the offering, we have the project offering, we have pledge seed, pastors participation, welfare, children's service, donation, and others. All right, and then when you go to expenses, okay, when you click on expenses over here, the expenses are all here. All right, so we are going to have a similar system like this, okay. So we are going to keep all under finances, okay. We're going to keep all under finances, okay, just to make it one. All right, so this pledge system are all going to be under the finances. All right, the expenses management, this is a breakdown of it. All these are going to be part of finances, where you see approved workflow, receipt management, budget versus actual tracking, the departmental allocation. We're going to see all these things under finances, okay. So financial reports, we are going to get a monthly report on our finances, annual report, custom period report, departmental wise analysis, and then trend analysis, okay. We are going to build in a system like that. All right, and then we are going to also have the communication system where we can send bulk SMS to our church members, just like we have here. All right, we SMS broadcast over here where we can send messages to our members, okay. All right, so you can actually go to compose message over here, and then we can just send a message to our members. Or if you want to send a message to a particular member, you just click. When we want to send a church reminder to somebody, you just click on an individual over here. Their names will show up here, and just click on the person's name, and then you just send the SMS message to, and it will go through. So we're going to get a system like this, and this system works so much well because we use API for it, and then the moment you send a message, it just triggers, and then you get the message instantly on your phone. All right, it's a very, very good and powerful feature that we're going to integrate into it. All right, so you have the template and report and those things, just like what I have here. We're going to implement a similar system into the application we are going to build. All right, and we have the prayer request system that we can also build over here, so where we can manage prayer requests and the rest. All right, and then the next thing we are going to do here is the internal messaging system. If because this application only administrators are going to use, it's not for the church members. the messaging system. Okay, so since we may assign this application to various people to use it, we may have a internal messaging application where you can send a message to one user to another and the rest. So we can have a similar system like this. So as we are developing, we may add some features, we may remove some features. If we think it's unnecessary, we may take it out, and if we think it's necessary, we may improve it and add it up. Okay. All right, so as we are doing, we will go through that, and then so I think that these are the features that we are going to cover in the tutorial, and these are very packed with a lot of features. Okay, so this application, all right, I'm going to walk you through the architecture we are going to use for the application. All right, it is good that we develop the application, but it's good that we also know what we are doing. All right, so we are not just developing an application, we need to have an architecture for it. Okay, so the technology we are going to use over here, all right, so we are going to use HTML5, this script, Wind, CSS, and then JavaScript. That's what we are going to use for the front end development. When we say the front-end development, with the clickable items you see over here, the designs and the clickable things you see over here, all these things are front-end development. Just like the way if I refresh this page, it just animate nicely here. These things are all front-end development. All right, so I'm going to use these languages for it, and don't worry, the AI is going to write all this code for us. But we need to specify and tell the AI that this is what we wanted to use in our application, so that the AI will be aware of it. All right. So the next thing we are going to also use is that we also have to make sure that this application is mobile responsive. Okay, it means that we can have it on our mobile phone and on our desktop. Okay, because there's a lot of people use mobile phone for a lot of things. So if you are developing an application, it is very important that you keep it in mind that we have an application that we can run both on a mobile phone and on our desktop, so that you can actually carry away with it. All right, so and then when you come to the backend architecture, okay, you are going to use a framework of PHP called Laravel. Right, you are going to use this. You don't need to know how it is. All right, you just need to tell the AI that this is what I want you to use for me, and it's going to help you to use. Okay, and then the architecture you are going to use for this project is called MVC, Model View Controller. Okay, you are going to use this Model View Controller as an architecture for our application, so that our application will be structured for scaling in the future, and then we have a very organized and then well-written code for our project. Okay, so we are going to have this thing over here like this. We are going to have this RESTful API, and then this our server repository and the rest. Okay, so we are going to have architecture like this, and then we are going to also use a database. Okay, that is why we downloaded this application called the XAMPP. Okay, this XAMPP has a database inside it. You can see over here that we have my SQL. So the SQL over here, you see there's a database. This is the same thing over here. All right, so we're going to have a database of application. We have a lot of database options, but I choose this database because the church management system is going to generate a lot of data. Okay, and then this is a free open source database, which they don't charge you for it. We have a lot of database that we can go for them, but most of them is not free. As you start, as the data keep on growing, you are going to be charged for it. But since we want something free, I choose the MySQL database, and it is very matured and it's old and it's very good. All right, so it's suitable for applications, so using it is very okay. All right, so we're going to have our table, our document, everything stored inside it nicely. Okay, and then we are going to also look at our security, our system security. Okay, as we are developing applications, it's very important we also consider the system security, so that the application we are developing, it will not just be like something that it can easily be hacked. Okay, so we are going to look into our system security, and then these are the recommended security I'm going to tell the AI to follow and do it for us. All right, so we're going to have all these securities that we are going to use. Okay, and then we're also going to have a data protection security that we are going to also implement in the application. Okay, and then we are also going to have this audit tracking, okay, where we can see all the activities on the application, system change, system log, and if everybody if anyone log into the system, the application is going to record for us to see the detail of it. Okay, we are going to also have our reporting section, and then a lot of update and a lot of things. All right, so the features are packed. All right, the features are packed over here. Okay, where we can have, we are going to API management, where you can input our APIs for our SMS and the rest. Okay, so our application features are packed. Okay, we have a lot of features that we are going to use for this application. And guys, I believe that this tutorial, this application you are going to develop, you are going to enjoy, you are going to learn a lot from it, and you are going to actually like it. Okay, so I think the tutorial is actually getting long, so I'll stop here and then we'll continue in my next video. Okay, in the next video we are going to go into the IDE, okay, the AI coding assistant, and we are going to start developing. We are going to start bringing this documentation to life. Okay, so guys, thank you for sticking to the end of the video, and I'll see you in my next video. All right.